Today we get to check on my dahlia tubers, the ones that I have been overwintering, and hopefully they're still alive. When it comes to dahlias, I am a sucker for them. There are a lot of varieties, a lot of sizes, lots of colors to choose from. Here in central Indiana, they grow amazing. I can start them early indoors, give them a little bit of a head start, and I take them outside when the weather is nice and warm, next with my tomatoes and my peppers, and they grow beautifully. I really don't have any diseases or anything that eats them. So in a way, dahlias are somewhat good for me as a cut flower. However, they're not a perennial here where I live. If I leave the tubers in the ground, they will not come back next year. I have tried different times to leave them and see if they come back, and they just don't do it. So what I have to do if I want to save the tubers for next year is that I have to dig up the tubers, I have to take care of them so that they can overwinter indoors for the really cold winter time. And I have tried quite a few years to find my technique, my way to successfully do this part, but it's hard. If I'm being honest, it's really hard, and it's not going to be the same for everybody because we don't all have the same conditions. I don't have a basement, I don't have a attached garage, I don't have a shed where I have a heater that I can put. So it's really tricky and frustrating trying to figure out each year how I can make them, how I can try to keep them to survive the winters here. So this year I am doing a couple of things differently. I have divided my dahlia tubers into different sections, and some are indoors in a cool room where I have in my house that is not heated, and I have the rest outside inside my unheated detached garage. So today we get to see how they're doing, if they're doing okay, if they're surviving, or if we have to tweak some things. This right here is the bag that I have inside, and like I said, I have a room indoors. It's on the upstairs. It's not heated right now because we are going to be renovating that for a bathroom, so it's nice and cool. It is attached to the house, obviously, so the heat of the house, it's what heats it up. So it is not really a warm room, but it's not really cold. The way that dahlias like it cold during the winter. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring you in a little bit close so that you can see what I use. These bags, I got them from Tractor Supply, just in case you haven't noticed. And these are very thick brown paper bags. I like them because that's what I found when I was looking for big brown paper bags. I didn't just want to go to Aldi and just use the very thin paper bags because I was going to move them from here and there if I needed to, and I didn't want them to break. So finding these at Tractor Supply in the fall were really very inexpensive, and like I say, they're nice and thick. So this right here is just one bag, and it's actually folded because it was really tall. So inside this bag I have wood shavings. These are basically the medium that I use this year for saving my dahlia tubers. And again, I found these at Tractor Supply, and the reason why I decided to use this year is because when I went and looked for these bags, I found a bag that they had. It had been open and they had it for clearance, like super cheap. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use that. That's a sign from the universe saying this is what you need to do this year, so I'll take that. And I didn't do anything special for these. I don't have them in plastic bags or anything like that. After digging the tubers in October, I cleaned them up a little bit from the soil that they had from the outside, and I didn't cut them. I kept everything in bunches, and we are going to see how they are. All right, oh goodness. They don't feel that bad. This is Linda's baby. They feel weak. I don't know if that makes sense. They feel weak, but they don't feel like soggy or soft. And I don't see any signs of mold or anything like that. If you were here last year, that was my biggest problem, having them covered in mold. I'm just digging around. I don't just want to pull the tubers really hard. Oh, okay. Oh no, this one has definitely signs of mold. This one is something peach. This one feels somewhat softer than the other. And you can see some of that mold at the bottom. So that tells me that the bottom maybe has a little bit more condensation. Okay, not bad, not bad. Totally tangerine. Oh, this one, it looks really, really nice. No signs of mold. So this one is so far probably the best. And again, it's nice and firm. Nothing is soft, no signs of mold. Okay, this looks really good. Another totally tangerine. Very nice and firm. No problems whatsoever here. Okay. These guys, what I'm noticing is that they're drying up a little bit, like, look at that tuber. But you know what? I don't need every tuber of the clump to survive. If I can get half of the tubers from the clumps to make it, then I'm already winning. I might give these guys a little spray before I put them back. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove the one that has mold in it. All right, we're looking good. Cornell bronze. Oh my goodness, I love Cornell bronze this year. If I get just this one clump to make it, oh my gosh, I'll be good. I'll be good. Again, nice and firm. There are no signs of anything weird happening. So far I'm happy. Oh, brother. Okay. Oh, Belle of Palmyra. Oh, this guy, I don't know if this guy is gonna make it. This guy is definitely reaching for life there. It's very, very dry. And it's like, again, I am not going to get rid of these guys. I am just going to give them a little bit of spray and maybe, you know, they'll perk up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful clumps. Oh, labyrinth. This one is labyrinth. Oh, guys, please make it, please. Nice and firm. That's what I like. One side over here, I find that the smaller the tubers, the harder is for them to make it. And it makes sense, right? Like these guys are going to hold way more moisture than like these skinny guys. So not bad at all. And as you can see, there's still some soil from the clumps. And I'm totally fine with that. So as you can tell, some of the clumps are doing okay. They're doing all right. And some of them are doing really, really well. I'm not complaining. I don't have the best conditions for these tubers. It may actually be a little too warm where they are. Warmer than they like it anyway. So if they can continue like this until March, then I will be a happy girl. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to give the ones that are like really, really, really dry, I'm going to give them a little bit of a spray. I'm going to place them there and I'm going to put them back in the bag. Now the ones that I have in these bags are definitely in the opposite side of things. They are in a place where it's definitely cold, and my biggest worry is that they're going to be freezing outside. Now I did prepare these bags in a way that it protects the tubers. Hopefully they haven't frozen yet, because the place where I have them is in my garage outside. The garage is not heated and it's detached from the house. So let's see how they did. Okay, hopefully you can see a lot better this way. So the way that I prepare this bag is that I use a couple of those brown paper bags from Tractor Supply that I show you, and I line the inside of these bags, making it a few more layers. I got some newspaper on top. Again, I use those paper bags just to line them up to give them some extra protection. And I use those wood shavings that I show you. Okay, these guys feel wet for some reason, and I don't know if it's wetness or coldness. But at first glance, they look really good. They feel really good too, except for that guy. Another Cornell bronze. Cornell bronze is a really great multiplier of tubers. So if you're wanting to grow Cornell bronze this year, definitely buy yourself a tuber and you will have plenty more for next year. So this is really good, and it could be that they're just cold from being, you know, outside. This looks really good. Oh, I see what I did. It's going to be fun putting it back together. It's a smaller chunk. It feels really good. Very small, but it feels really good. Another Linda's baby. Beautiful, just beautiful. I'm actually surprised on how well these guys are doing outside. Okay, again at first glance, these are not bad. Here's another Cornell bronze. These guys, if they make it, I'm gonna have plenty of Cornell bronze. Very nice, very nice. They are nice and strong, nice and firm. They feel like a nice potato, and not like a, you know, like a ripe banana. Very nice. And this year, because last year when I tried to overwinter my tubers, I lost like half of them. I didn't grow that many dahlias. Oh my goodness. See, I think that the smaller the tubers, the worse that they go through the winter. This one is totally tangerine. I mean, the tubers, even though they're small, they're nice and strong, but you can see the skinny ones just kind of, some of those are not going to make it, but they might. I mean, you never know. You definitely cannot judge a tuber for its size. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, not bad. Not bad at all. I think that might be it. So these guys are not bad. For being outside in really cold conditions, they are really doing a lot better than the ones inside that I thought were going to even perform better. But I am really happy. I am going to put these guys back in the bags. It's gonna take me a little bit of time because I have to take some of the wood shavings out in order to fit this in. But they're going to go back to where they were because I do want to check, I do want to see if with extra layers, extra precautions, a little bit of added coziness, if they can, you know, make it outside where they are. And so far, I'm really happy. So there you have it. That's what my dahlia tubers look like right now at the middle of December. I am not disappointed, honestly. I really was very surprised on how the ones that I have inside are doing versus the ones outside. I really did not think that the ones outside were going to be that good about now. If you're overwintering dahlia tubers, let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you save them. Overwintering anything indoors, I have said this many times before. Saving things to bring inside is always a struggle for me because I am not the best at doing that. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.